Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai. Call Allah Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This is Soldier Yazaniah. I'm gonna show you a quick little video, showing you it's popping off out here in Canada, man, in Babylon. This faggot Trudeau, Falseau, he's he's issuing this this card, man. I don't know what you want to call it. This green slip. Soon enough, gonna be the M.0.B, man. Look at this. Vaccine passports. Uh, let's start this again. Hold on. Salakia, Salakia. For I start, like to give all praises and all glory, all honor unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Hakwadash. Um, and yeah, man. So this faggot has has a plan up his sleeve, man. First, he wasn't on board with it, saying it's gonna cause discrimination throughout the masses. It's gonna cause classism and all this garbage, you know. But that forked tongue is being shown here, man. So poison passports to be accepted, but Canada not ready to set terms yet. Yet is the important part there. You see that? Let's read here. When fully poisoned, Canadians might be able to safely resume international travel without shelters, and whether Canada will only reopen its borders to poisoned foreign nationals remain questions. Remain questions the federal government says it's not ready to answer. According to Prime Minister Justin Falseau, the federal government is still looking very carefully at the likely prospect of poisoned passports, requiring some form of proof of poison to travel. But his focus remains on seeing Canada come out of the still surging third wave, as was the case pre-pandemic. Certificates of poison are a part of international travel to certain regions and are naturally to be expected when it comes to this pandemic and the C19. Uh, how we actually roll that out in alignment with partners and allies around the world, something that we're working on right now. Falso told reporters on Tuesday. This comes as Europe as the EU signals that fully poisoned U.S. citizens will be able to travel to EU. Look at this. Look at this. This beast isn't gonna soon enough. It's not gonna start cleaving to each other, man. This summer, and the U.S. centers of in the UCDC or the CDC Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have rolled out a series of guidelines including around international travel for fully poisoned Americans. So you see that? And we all know where this is heading, man. This is the wars, the rumors of wars. This is what the prophets have been out on the street, prophesying against. That we're in this time, man. Let's get some precepts. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse verse 50. Actually, I'll go 49. And Adon shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. You see that? And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed, which also thou shalt not which also shall not leave thee either corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thine kind, or flocks or sheep, until he have destroyed thee. Ultimately, these are the curses coming right back on Jake, man. This is that time of trouble, man. That Michael the archangel, pertaining to the book of Daniel, has to stand up and protect us from, man. This is what Ezra saw. You know what I'm saying? This is what Ezra saw in and I think I don't know if it's in first Esdras or second Esdras, but this is what he saw concerning the latter times. You know what I mean? And he didn't know if what the end shall be, or who will stand up in those days. You know what I'm saying? And that how much more so they had to get their life in order then. Man, Jake's just out here just totally oblivious as their spoils and their goods is is the fatness of their heart right now, man. You see, they too are living deliciously, although they're oppressed and at the bottom. You know what I mean? There's some there's it could be way worse. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason, or that's a reason why the Most High, you know what I mean, has kept this captivity going for so long. But why also he has to cut it short because you know, uh, we're we're trusting in our own devices, man. And you see, he's not gonna shew favor to the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young man. They're all gonna have to get this M.0.B. But right now, it's being conditioned with this poison passport, man. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young man. And he's gonna eat up the fruit of your cattle. He's gonna eat up the fruit of your land, man. That's the man. The curses are coming right back, man. This is that's the inflation. That's the Salakia. So I'm just flash. But yeah, that's inflation. That's that's uh that's hyperinflation, man. That's the failing of the corn and failing of that. These are the plagues of Egypt. That's coming in, man. As the middle class is being destroyed with this pandemic, middle class is being destroyed with this pandemic, man. How much more so is he separating you from your goods, from whatever land you thought you had. You thought you had something, but the Most High is saying you have nothing. You're naked. Let's get that. Let's get that in Revelations. So this is the book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 17, and it says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eye salve, and that thou mayest see. And we all know these law, statutes, and commandments, and faith in Yahweh Shai, is that eye salve, man. Is that wisdom and understanding, you know, which is supposed to be the stability of your times when all hell's breaking loose. Even pertaining to the book of Matthew. What is it? The what is it? The tenth chapter, ninth chapter, when he says, your works are going to be tried, and if your house isn't stable, when the storm comes, man, all of it's gonna get dashed away, bro. All of it's gonna go down with the rushing of the flood when it comes in. You see that? Because you're trying to live deliciously with this I'm specifically talking to the 1/3 or to the 2/3. You're trying to live deliciously with these heathens, man. You're trying to be among the Gentiles, live among the Gentiles, and watch when they turn over themselves to the beast. You're gonna follow right after them because you have no country, no heritage, no nothing that you know of, man. You're still asleep. And you're not gonna get this word, man. Only the 1/3's gonna get it, man, and the rest are blinded for their own good, man. Because they'd probably corrupted if they got this word, man. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. See, man, the Most High is gonna rebuke you. Most High is gonna destroy your ass, man. That's what I add on Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushai is gonna do, man. Because you're naked and you have nothing, and you're trusting in the works of your hands, man. Let's get an next piece. All right, so this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8. You know what? I might just get this whole chapter is so pertinent, man. So we can go Deuteronomy in 8, man. 8 and 1. 8 from the top because, man, check it out. Our people are trusting in the works of their own hands. And you know that this calamity and this atrocity that's just about to, come upon the earth, you know, uh, uh, f- in such as was, never done so upon the earth. You know what I'm saying? Is going to come to pass because we refuse to humble ourselves, man, and to seek the face of the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? These the Most High is supposed to be our savior in these times, man. And the Christian church has just lulled everyone to sleep, just living fat, jumping up and down like the kingdom of heaven is the Most High is a man of judgment, is a man of war. But you want to be in that party spirit with the church, man. That homosexual, soft, docile, submissive, effeminate spirit, man. Most High has something for you, man. Push the button, Putin, piece of poo. Deuteronomy chapter 8. All the commandments which I command thee this day, all the commandments which I command thee this day, shall ye observe to do, that ye may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. This is what we're supposed to be doing, man. Rehearsing the righteous acts, waking up and remembering ourselves in the land of our captivity. And a part of us remembering ourselves, man, is having that discernment of good and evil, man. Knowing what that spiritual discernment that we once had. You know what I mean? And before we were regenerated in this body, you know, we're supposed to be using that spiritual discernment and knowing that this is not that's an incision, man. That's in reverence to another another deity who wants to give you your freedom, man. Only the Most High sets you free, man, and you won't be free in this captivity, man. Especially when there's gonna be a big rift, man, a big rift between people who are gonna comply and are not gonna comply, even amongst the heathens, man. And that even that you will copy. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God, uh, all the way which the Lord thy God led thee 40 years in the wilderness to humble thee and to prove thee. See that? To humble thee and to prove thee, to know what and to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. This is coming. This is a great sifter is coming, man. And it's either gonna get caught up with that poison, and you're gonna and yo, that thing's on time release, and people are gonna start dropping. Just give it a couple months, man. Man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushai, man, people are gonna start dropping from that poison, man, from that poison incision. To humble thee and to prove thee, to know what is in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger. You see that? He's gonna suffer you to hunger. You can't go here, can't go there without that poison, man. And soon enough, and they're already calling, saying that it's not working. We're gonna play that after, but saying that even that poison from that incision, man, from that shank, that demonic ass shank, um, even that's not working, man. And we're gonna play that. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee that he might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only. You see that? That's why he's gonna make you suffer to make you know. For the 1/3 is gonna wake up and catch on, because us who are blessed right now to have this wisdom and understanding, you know, uh, to have this wisdom and understanding, are being are know this, this exact scripture and the manifold understanding of it, that he brings these plagues to try you through fire, these tribulations try you with fire, and you'll be refined as a diamond, man. So these 1/3 who's gonna wake up, they're gonna know this thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be through, extenuating and extreme circumstance that that it'll produce its fruit. You see that? And feed thee with manna which thou knewest not. See, we're not gonna know where our manna is coming from. We're not gonna know, you know, or we're gonna have a failness of heart. You see that? Which is also a part of the curses, but to also, you know, to know that He is the Most High God that rules in the kingdom of men, man. Neither did thy fathers know that He might make thee know that man doeth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord. Out of the mouth of the Lord doeth man live. Thy raiment waxed not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. You see that? It's gonna start licking you, man. Therefore, thou shalt, and it's gonna be some tough love, man. This is the Jake of all Jakes, man. This book is not for any other nations. These weak ass Arab want to kill everyone, suicide bomber Esau. Man, this book is for tough love. You know when your uncle will just come and thump you in your chest and just and just see if you cry. And if you don't cry, you're a man. And if you cry, you're all pussy. You see that? Sorry, but yeah, this is what the Most High is gonna get ready to do, man. See if you're a true warrior of God, man. If you're a true Jake, Yasharahla. If you are his son, prince of the power, man. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and fear him. For the Lord thy God bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks and water, of fountains and depths and spring, bring out valleys and hills. You see that? This is what the Most High is getting ready to give us, man. So we don't even have to care about all that other shit that we're gonna be missing, man. Because look at what our land is filled with, man. So you see that? Us coming out of the wilderness, we're getting ready to come out of this society, come out of uh, um, this kingdom into the wilderness, and this place is about to turn into a damn wilderness very, very soon. You see that? I'm not saying that is the wilderness we'll be going, into our promised land, but it's about to turn into, a chaotic, man, and then we'll get led through, and then taken, into the wilderness. But this also is the wilderness, man, through the Spirit and power. The Lord bringeth thee into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains, depths and of fountains. Salaki, I got a call. Um, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of oil and a land of Salakia, a land of oil, olive and honey, a land wherein thou shalt eat bread without scarceness, thou shalt not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills thou mayest dig brass. Salakia. When thou hast eaten and art full, then thou shalt bless the Lord thy God for the good land which he hath given thee. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day, lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses, you see that? Even in our captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? In the heart of Babylon, man, we're still even full. I just had some blessed dinner. You know what I'm saying? Through the Spirit and power. You know what I'm saying? Most High is food to our mouth in this captivity. All ultimately to that is also, a trying. You see that? Because that could be the deceitfulness of riches. You see that also is a trying with fire. You know, or else, because the majority 2/3 is just relying on the works of their own hands. The 1/3 is waking up, man, saying, "Yo, this is the Most High doing this for me." You see that? This is the Most High getting me this prosperity, man. You see that? And feeding me each and every day, which is what He wants us to know. And all those who aren't eating as we are eating, man, they're about to get it. They're about to get it tenfold, bro. Tenfold. It's just He has mercy on who He has mercy on, man. But the Lord thy God and not keeping his Salakia. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God, and not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. Lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelled therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God. You see that? Which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. You see that? Who led thee through the great terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, that he might prove thee, and to do thee good at thy latter end. You see that? This is what ultimately it's for, man. It's for your good, man. You know what I'm saying? Consider it all joy, man, because this is what's coming upon the earth. We're supposed to consider it, joyful, man. I can't wait for these troubles to come and my faith tried, and I get to see the evidence of my faith, man. The evidence of the faith that I've been laboring to have and to keep. You see that? I can't wait for this stuff to start happening, man. Most High starts moving on the earth. It's ultimately to try us for our benefit in the latter end, to do us good, man. And that's what it's lucky, and that's why he's hardening these people's hearts to do, man, because he's getting ready to come and save us. You can't get saved unless you're in trouble, man. And thou say in thine heart, my power and the might of my hand have gotten me this wealth. You see that? That's exactly what they're saying. And watch what's gonna happen. It's gonna explain. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get thee wealth, that he might establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, in reverence to other gods, to other deities, to other demigods, to other kings, to other rulers, because a lord, you see what I'm saying? A lord is just is like a king. You see what I'm saying? A lord is just an overseer. So you're giving reverence to these other gods, man. When you're complying with their wicked oppression and they're framing mischief by Allah. You see that? And they're not supposed to make any sort of and you're gonna forsake the Lord thy God and His laws to chase after these lords and their laws. Man, you're gonna be obedient to that, but not obedient to the Lord. You're finished. You're finished. You're finished. You can't serve both Mammon and the Lord, man. That's just not how it goes. Thus saith the Lord, man. You can't make no incision in your flesh. You see what I'm saying? And you already know that all manner of unlawfulness is in that poison, man. Most High is gonna dun off this place very soon through the spirit and power, man. Brakata Yahweh. It shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods, and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. You shall surely perish if you're being obedient to these other lords, man. Ultimately, taking that M.0.B, that chip. You see that? But you're slowly being conditioned, and you're gonna put that unlawful freaking poison in your body, man. And then you're gonna you're gonna have a passport to buy and sell, man. You already know. Then they're gonna revolutionize and advance the technology on that passport, and then this captivity is done. You see that? So reject it all in totality. You know what I'm saying? Or lose this race, man. Uh, Testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish, as the nations which the Lord destroyeth before your face, so shall ye perish. You're gonna get done off. You see that? Just like the nations, man, because you would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord your God. The Most High is speaking, man. You're supposed to be obedient to His voice when He's speaking, man, and by way of the prophets, man, saying, "Don't go this way." That's what it said. You'll hear a word behind you saying, "Don't go in this way," and that word is is being preached, man. It's behind you, man, but it's behind you. You see that? It should be in front of you. You should be trying to get led, but it's behind you. anyways, I'm gonna put on this. I'm gonna show this one video. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna call it.
Tapper, because for months the Liberal government's answer to questions about their slow pandemic response has been to compare themselves
He just looks like
to
a
the
demon,
United
man.
States. Well, Canada has now passed the United States
Yeah, this
in
guy.
per capita number of new COVID cases
Bunch of
every day.
damn devils.
How many Canadians are now being infected with COVID-19 variants because of this government's slow and confused rollout of vaccines?
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, once again, I think it's really important that we work from facts and understanding of the science around things. We know, for example, that the UK is ahead of just about everybody else on vaccinations, and yet they maintain very strong restrictions and are facing a very serious third wave. Vaccinations on their own are not enough to keep us safe. We need to engage in the right kinds of behaviors, do things that the Conservatives aren't always good at, like wearing masks, keeping distances, and obeying public health rules.
Finished. Through. Out of the serpent's mouth, it's himself, man. Saying, yo, these poisoned incisions, man, they don't work. They don't work. So what do they need? They need a chip now. And the Pentagon just said that that's what they need, or that's what that's the shift they're going towards. You see that? And this from the serpent's mouth himself, man, saying these things don't work. And not only don't they work, but they're as destructive, as lethal, man. This place is done, man. This place is done. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 11. And it reads, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon." You see that? This is that other beast, man. And look, speaking as a lamb, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just need to do this and we can go back to normal. You know what I'm saying? Peace and safety with his forked tongue. You see that? But he speaks as a dragon, as a massive snake. As a snake, breathing fire upon you, bro. But he's crouching, you know what I'm saying? As a lamb, speaking nice and soft and sweet things. Word is smooth as butter. You see that? And he exercised all the power of the first beast, which is Britain, before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You see that? He's gonna soon cause everyone to worship him, man. And that is the compliance of, in the drunkenness of his wine, man. That he caused all the nations to be drunk and are mad, but it ultimately is gonna be his downfall and his destruction, man. Let's go to Slovakia. Let's go to where's that other one? We're gonna go to the book of second Esdras. I mean, we can get that one, but we'll go Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10, and then you know what? We'll save that one for last. We'll go second Esdras 15. Let's see, second Esdras 15. Let's see. Where is that? A man shall desire to go into another city, or shall not. 17. Let's see. I don't want people to stand up against me. It's at 14. It's at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. This is that destruction, man. And one people shall stand up against another, and with swords in their hands. See that? You're gonna comply, you're gonna die, or it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna just be all hell breaking loose because of this passport that they're announcing, man. Swords in their hands. And there shall be sedition among men. That's the sedition, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. In the course of their action shall stand in their own power. This is double-fold, man. This is because, remember, the wisdom of the Lord is twofold. It's double, man. So they shall not regard their kings nor their princes. So, these people aren't going to regard, the citizens of their country, man. But also, the citizens of their country won't regard their own princes and rulers, man. And in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's both sides. So this place is finished. And a man shall that's anyways, Slakia. That's both sides of people, man. That's that's the enemy, that's the righteous, and that's the whistleblowers, that's the enemy, and that's the whistleblowers. That's all of them, man. No one's gonna regard each other, man. And a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, man. You see that? A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's this passport, man. We see it, and that's ultimately the chit, man. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. See that? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall desire their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. We just read about hunger. You see that in Deuteronomy 8. So we know that this is of the Lord, man. It's to humble you and to try you to see what you are of. You see that? If you are on the left hand side or the right hand side. If you're a goat or you're a sheep. You see that? So let's see. Spoil their goods because of the lack of bread for the great tribulation. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun and from the south and from the east, and Libanians, to turn themselves one against another to repay the things that they have done to them. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, to saith the Lord God. We're gonna stop there. We're gonna go to close out on Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. But ultimately, that's that destruction for them, man. You see that? Because of this wicked oppression that they're inflicting upon his chosen, man. And it's gonna bring peace to the earth. He's gonna bring peace to the earth, man. Ultimately, well, your captivity that you're in now is gonna be far less worse than what the white man's inflicting upon these these heathens. You know what I'm saying? Not you, but or not the hearer or the viewer, but you know what I'm saying? These heathens, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be, everyone's gonna be fed at least, and housed, you know what I'm saying? And you may have to pay taxes, but maybe not monthly rent. We'll just see how the Most High has it, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, that's gonna be that peace to the earth, man, and the establishing of the elect, man. So let's close it on 12 and 10. Let's see, Ecclesiasticus 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see that? Though he goes humbling and crouching, but you'll see that he's still dirty inside. So that dirty old snake crawling upon his belly, you know what I'm saying? Regenerated as Esau, you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is, man. That's exactly what it is. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, see that? Don't set him by you, man. Don't make him come beside you with that poison and poison you, man. Lest when he overthrow thee, he stand up in thy place. You see that? Gentrify your neighborhoods, because you're all gonna be dead, man. Or you know what I'm saying? Or taking your job, taking your assets with this global reset, man. Or whatever way you want to apply it. It's in the scriptures, man. You need to let him sit at thy right hand. Jeez. Don't give him your right hand, man. You see that? Lest he seek to take thy seat, take your life. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked. Y'all for the spirit. Anyways, we're gonna close out there, man. Don't be on board with this crap, man. You know what I'm saying? Do the work, man. Wake up, Israel, man, and humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get tried with fire. Get that fire in you. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, whoever doesn't gather with him scattereth abroad. You see what I'm saying? And you're not on the Most High side if you're not, hearken unto this truth, man, and keeping the faith of Yahweh Shai. Anyways, we're gonna close out there. I'd like to give all praises, all glory, all honor unto Yahweh, Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Let's say call out Yahweh, Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Qam Yasharahla, death to America, man.